talk about this. Okay. Quantitative data collection or survey questionnaires, demographic data like age, gender, income level, and experience, education, location, designation, department. This is called the demographic data. Okay, this is a questionnaire, and in this questionnaire, suppose this is the question: your manager gives constructive and valuable feedback. Strongly disagree, neutral, agree, and strongly agree. We used to develop our questionnaire like this. Okay, this is how we collect the quantitative data, and sometimes we use 5-point Likert scale. Sometimes we use 7-point Likert scale and 10-point Likert scale. Now it is the management is giving, researcher is giving emphasis on 10-point Likert scale, because if you are 80% agree, so neither you have the option in 5-point Likert scale or 7-point Likert scale. 90%, if you have more option: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1 to 10, from there you can select any. If you are 20%, 10% agree, or 20% or 40% agree, so you have the more option in 10-point Likert scale. So types of interviews for qualitative data collection. So there are different kinds of interview. Structured interview, where the researcher know all the questions are predetermined, and same questions are talked to everyone for the response. So that is called a structured interview. And semi-structured interview is some questions are determined and some are not. So the relevant questions will asked in against the answer given by the respondents. That is called semi-structured interview. And unstructured interview, where there is no any predetermined questions. Informally start the questions, and informally they ask the question to the respondents, and they respond it. That is called unstructured interviews. This is called focus group interviews. Here 10 to 15 people join together, and group discussion is started when asking general questions, and group members are encouraged to discuss their answers in some depth. The richness and the validity of this information will depend on the extent of the trust exists. So they talk about the problem, and in-depth answer they give all are recorded in the audio recorder, and later on the script inbuilt. So everybody give their own opinion regarding certain aspects. In this way we do the group interview. Sample interview questions. What are the different sample interview? How we ask the question? Number one, suppose how do management and non-management employees interact in the office? How do you know when you have done an excellent job? How do non-management employees learn about? These are some sample interview questions. It is not necessarily to be in your cases, but how to pose the questions that you can get an idea. So another type of another tool for data collection is observations. Observing organizational behaviors in their functional settings in one of the most direct ways to collect data. Observation can range from complete participant observation, where the OD practitioners becomes a member of the group under study, to the more detached observation using a causally observing and noting occurrences of specific kinds of observations or behaviors. So see, it is direct observation. It is showing this man is just behind of the employees, and what he is doing, the supervisor is observing. So there are different types of observation. One is participant observation. This is called participant observation. When the researcher participate with the pigeon, they are eating, they are taking their foods, and this small baby is also taking their food. He is just mixed with them. This is called participant observation. Non-participant observation, they are observing from afar how they are working, in which what is their motive, how so when the researcher observe their subject in a little distance, and the respondents know that they are observing us, and they know that the researcher also know that this is called non-observation, non-participant observation. They are not participate with the subject. Okay. Sometimes we cannot decide what will be the items or the statement in our questionnaires for measuring a particular constant. Sometimes we do not take, we cannot take. It is it is better 5 to 7 items are most suitable for structural equation modeling. According to me as well, I would suggest you don't go beyond 7 and less than 4, because if it is beyond this, then the accurate result do not comes. So that's why sometimes if it is more than 7 items, then your reliability will be high, but average variance extracted will not be will not be 50%. So that's why it is necessary the items should be 5 to 7. Conduct pre-test, conduct pilot studies. What is pre-test and what is pilot studies? Anybody have any idea what is pre-test and what is pilot study? Pre-test and pilot study, what is it? Mm. Anybody have any idea what is pre-test? Please. Yes, brother Faisal Habib, mashallah. Please. Okay, please. What is pre-test and what is pilot test? Pre-test is we used to do the pre-test for our questionnaire validity, for instrument validity. That we do for 4 type of expert. One is industry expert, then academic expert, language expert. We want to see is there any ambiguity in our questionnaire or not. We see the we see the language twisting or double buried questions are there. Not in academic expert, those in the field of that particular area. In academically, the professors, they understand these questions are suitable. That is the content for due to the content validity. And what is the in and respondents, from the respondents we take we justify our question, either they are properly understanding the questions or not. So this is how we select the we do the pre-test. And pilot test is our, after developing our questionnaire, after pre-test we distribute a small number of for before going for actual study. We do the pilot test from a small quantity to observe observe our questionnaire is okay, as well as we want to see the reliability of our question. Reliability means the internal consistency of our items or the statements of the questionnaire. Okay. and if the reliability is less, then we change the items. Okay, and according to Uma-Sakaran, it should be at least 0.7. 0.7. If it is below, for the case, since it is pilot study, in the case if it is 0.6, it is also accepted for the case of pilot study, but it is better 7 should be, and 0.8 is good and 0.9 is excellent. The reliability, we check it through the Cronbach alpha, through the SPSS. Maybe most of you are very new in this terminology of the research, right?
Yes, sir.
If you join
That's
more and more, if you join more and more workshop, then all this terminology will be familiar to you. Then you will understand each and every aspects. Then one day you will be very good researcher, inshallah. Okay. Different kinds of measurement scale like nominal scale, ordinal scale, and interview ratio scale. This is the pretest. What is pretest? A pretest is a critical examination of your survey instrument that will help to determine if your survey will function properly as a valid and reliable social science research tool. Pretesting your survey is an important way to pinpoint problem where areas which reduce measurement error, reduce respondent burden, whether or not respondents are interpreting correctly, and ensure that the order of questions is not influencing the way of respondent answers. So this is the purpose of the pretest. And to check the validity of the questions, expert-driven pretest. Expert-driven, suppose in the industry of from the interest for the suppose leather industry. So then you can go to the expert or the any manager, any leather industries organization. You can visit to the any managers, and you can show your questionnaire to validate them that the questions you have selected, these questions are measuring this particular variable or not, or is there any changes required or any new questions need to put. You have to do. That is called the expert driven pretest. Respondents driven pretest, like go to the some respondents and talk with them about the questionnaire. What is their response actually? Are they understanding it, the questions or not? Is there any ambiguity or not clear to them? So then academic experts' opinion. Academic experts like professors in that field, those who are very good in research, and they will understand which type of questions to be followed or put into the questionnaire. Then language experts. You need to go to the language experts. Sometimes we use very different kinds of terminology or very hard word that is very difficult for the respondents. So that's why these are the to validate your questionnaire. This type of 4 experts you need to visit to ensure your instrument is valid. So pilot test. What is pilot test? A pilot test, pilot project, pilot test, or pilot experiment is a small scale a preliminary study conducted in order to evaluate feasibility, duration, cost, adverse events, and improve upon the study design prior to performance of a full-scale research project. Here, somebody says Isaac and Michael, they are they say it is the sample should be 10 to 30. Bailey told it should be 12, and Johansson is told it is 30, and according to Higher, it is 100. Actually, Higher is nowadays in world number one methodological king, you can say. If you are intended to do your EFA, exploratory factor analysis, in that case I would suggest you to collect 100 samples, so that you can do the pilot study as well as your exploratory factor analysis. Okay, maybe you will not understand what is exploratory factor analysis now. If you are in the research, if you are developing your questionnaires by your own, or you take some items from one author and some items from other author for measuring the same variable, in that case it is better to collect 100 sample. So Cronbach alpha, zero point 0.6 is less than 0.6 is poor, 6 to 7 is questionable, 7 to 8 is acceptable, 8 to 9 is 0.8 to 0.9 is good, and 0.9 or above is excellent according to Uma Sakaran. And okay.